And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to the Dice Tower. Today we're taking a look at a game called Really Bad Art. I'm always intrigued in games that are talking about bad art because I'm a horrible artist. For any of my talents that I might or might not have, and there's argument to be made there, no one has ever said, Tom, you draw really well. So when you play games like Pictionary, someone who can draw well has a slight advantage, even if they can sketch pretty quickly. Fortunately, there are games out there which make this a moot point. It doesn't matter if you can draw well in many games, and Really Bad Art is one of those. Are you an amazing artist? I don't care. We're on equal footing here, and I'll show you why right now. Alright, the goal of this game is to be the first person to finish, and so in this box there's going to be a bunch of cards. These cards are double-sided. Each player is going to draw one of these cards. They're also going to get a little pencil that comes with the game, as well as a sheet of paper. A timer is produced. One person is going to decide, no one's going to look at their card, whether you're going to do the orange sides or the purple sides. Let's say they say purple side. They then hit this timer. So that tells everyone to get ready. As soon as the bell rings, you flip your card over, and you're going to draw whatever it says here. So I need to draw Trendsetter, and as you notice, I had 6 seconds to do so. That's it. So if you find out that you have Success Story, this is all the time that you have to draw the picture. Now once everyone has drawn the pictures, then all the cards that were taken are taken and they're shuffled up. And they're put out here. So here we have Take a Chance, we have Better Late Than Never, we have Run of the Mill, we have Spur of the Moment, we have Charades, and we have Power of Persuasion. Each person's going to put their picture out so everyone can see their picture. So these are pictures that were actually drawn in 6 seconds. This is not an actual game, but let's say it's a 5-player game. You're going to be adding one card from the deck to the ones that you put out, so there's one more here than the number of players. Each person's going to take their chips that they have, and they're going to place the chips on top of the pictures, you know, matching the ones that they think they are. Or if it's their own, you know, obviously they're going to know which one is theirs. So let's say this one here. And so we turn this one over, and this was blacks for, well, actually, who would this one be? Well, this would be purples, so actually I would not have put the F there because this one is actually E. So I turn E over, and no one got it right, so I get no points. This one here is Charades. This one here is Spur of the Moment. This one here is Run of the Mill. This one here is Better Late Than Never. This one here is Take a Chance. And so each person who gets it correct is going to get 2 points. The person who drew it gets 1 point for each person who got theirs correct. That's it. You then get rid of the cards and do it again. If someone gets to finish and passes it, you just keep going on the track. You loop the track, and once one person reaches finish, that's the final round, which, as we found out in bigger games, could be as little as 3 rounds, honestly. At that point, whoever's the farthest ahead in the track, including lapping it, is the winner of the game. Now, as I said at the beginning of the review, I really like Really Bad Art because the whole, I can't draw really well, neither can you. It is crazy how short that time frame is. Not only that, but you can't plan ahead of time. So you flip the card over, and I mean, like right now, let's say, for example, I haven't seen one of these. I'll take an orange one here. And the word is resource management. So I'm like, okay, I'm playing with gamers. I'll draw some cubes, and there's a bunch of cubes. That's all I would do. And I would hope that they would know to match it with resource management. Or if I got this one, yikes, I just put a guy going and with like a frown and then lines coming out of his face. But I don't have a lot of time. I have to think of something quickly that does it. And we've had games where there's been a dot or a line, and then you can kind of use process of elimination. And there are some cards which are easier to draw than others, I think. But it doesn't matter because the game is so much fun. As in most good party games, the points don't seem to matter. You're just having a good time. And so it's like other games where you look at the pictures and trying to match who did what with whose, and try to get as many right as you possibly can. And then you're also hoping that more than a few people will get your own correctly. This game was fun. Now, the components are not amazing. The timer's not as loud as it could be. If you, the room I just recorded in is pretty quiet. There's no one else in here. And even then, it didn't give a really good resonance. If you play it in a crowded area, which I did, you really have to listen hard to when it stops or how much time you have on it. The pawns are okay. The chips are okay. There's not enough paper to play more than, I think, like 5 games of this in there. Of course, you can use any notebook paper. But hey, it does come with pencils, and it is pretty inexpensive. I think I saw it on clearance at a store just the other day. This is a good party game to get on clearance. I like the artwork on the front. The whole thing has a good look on it. Definitely check this one out. I can't draw. Nobody cares. Really bad art. I'm Tom Vasel. Thanks for watching. Dice Tower Judgment approved!
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
Shut the door!